Hello and welcome. The story is Rohit Sharma. My question to everyone, why are we so obsessed with somebody's retirement? I don't understand. Rohit eventually had to clarify, no, I am not retiring. Somebody who has just won a match, 76 runs in 80 balls, winning the ICC trophy again, the second ICC trophy in what? Some 7 8 months time, and he has to clarify celebrating Rohit Sharma is the theme. First question, and on a serious note, Shomik Chakraborty, you were there. Plenty of questions have already come. We'll address the questions. But were you surprised with the way Rohit Sharma played? Because I remember at our lunch show yesterday, you predicted this. You said, I want a Rohit Sharma 70, and that will set up the game. Saurav Ganguly had said the same. Gargi and I were doing the show from the studio yesterday, and you said you were expecting a 70 from Rohit Sharma. Were you surprised at the quality of batsmanship that Rohit Sharma exhibited yesterday? The pull shots, the cover drives, the straight drives, everything was coming out spot on from the Indian captain, Shomik Chakraborty.
No, I didn't. First of all, given the sluggish nature of the pitch, and I expected him to make the full use of the new ball. The new ball would come nicely onto the bat. New Zealand missed a trick by not bringing on a spinner early into the power play, early into the first power play, and the fast ball is bowled, and that played into Rohit's hands. And I expected this given that on a faster surface, maybe he would have struggled. Maybe he would have found it difficult. But the ball was nicely coming onto the bat. And once again, the fact of the matter is that whatever we say about these bona fide greats, be it Rohit, be it Virat Kohli, see, at the end of the day, they are big game players. And that's why they have achieved so much in terms of even personally as also collectively. So I expected that to happen. Rachin Ravindra was taking the same route when New Zealand batted. He was targeting the Indian fast bowlers. But Rohit was smart enough to bring on Varun Chakraborty early into the power play. And that's where the game changed. New Zealand delayed bringing on a spinner. I don't think that maybe that would have put Rohit or the team under a little bit of pressure. And also, when the spinners came for the first few overs, what Rohit start allowed India or allowed him that he Santner couldn't put a slip. So that's why there was no close catching options. So he could milk the spinners. So I sort of expected. That's why I made that prediction in the pre-match live.
By the way, Gargi, put this photograph out. Put this photograph out of Vaibhav Tripathi. I've just sent it to you. Put it out. Vaibhav Tripathi, first international tour. This is on his way back. This is on his way back just now. Just now on the flight for Vaibhav Tripathi, on his way back. Absolutely brilliant. Very, very pleased for Vaibhav. This was his first international tour, coming back with the Indian captain, trophy win, ICC Champions Trophy. Excellent. 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 Absolutely excellent. Gargi, your first comment on Rohit Sharma. The way he batted yesterday was brilliant. Yes, Shomik.
No, before Gargi goes into her comment, I'm even more elated for the fact that Weber is on the same flight with Rohit. So our airport visuals are settled.
Yes.
So now twice it has happened that India has won something and our reporters ended up on the same flight as the captain. Twice it has happened. Is that exactly what you said as well, Shomik?
Yeah, and from our point of view, our airport visuals are settled, right? And we have our own people to capture that. So he can capture the mood, he can capture he is walking out of the flight, the entire journey, the entire sequence he can capture. And that would make for stunning visuals also. So I'm happy from our perspective.
Yeah, but at the same time, I would say Rohit deserves his privacy. He is with family.
Absolutely.
I would much rather want Vaibhav to document his experience. I have always said this: Vaibhav's excitement, his first tour, whatever he can get without disturbing or any kind of intrusion, he should.
Exactly.
I will, had it been possible, I mean, obviously they're on the flight. I would have otherwise told Rohit that Vaibhav works for us, and he would have happily spoken. Rohit is a wonderful, wonderful guy, wonderful man. And yes, I mean, a lot of people saying about Rohit Juglan, saying Rohit Sharma will retire. Rohit Juglan made a mistake. Make no mistake about it. Rohit Juglan made a mistake, and it is not that people don't make mistakes or don't get their news wrong. So let's be very clear on it. Rohit Juglan did not get that news right, and aren't we glad? So I've had a chat with Rohit Juglan on this. He's on leave at the moment, and yes, the Rohit Sharma thing. He said, firstly, I've not seen that story because I was very busy with the conclave. But yes, I've also heard this from many people that he apparently said it, that Rohit Sharma might retire. It was a mistake. It was not the correct story. So let's put this story to rest clearly, because I will give you 2 million such stories from people where people make mistakes based on sources. Let's close it up. Vipul Joshi: should New Zealand have played an extra, you mean off spinner, in place of injured Matt Henry? Rohit did not retiring, so he's aiming World Cup, or too early to say? Okay, let me answer that before I go back to my two colleagues. I think Rohit is certainly targeting World Cup 27, because otherwise, to not retire from this format at the end of a Champions Trophy makes no sense, because he will not want to play bilateral series. That cannot give him any incentive. So if he wants to hang around and if he wants to continue to play the format, for what? There has to be an end goal. Gargi wants to be a good journalist. Shomik wants to write a good copy. I want to write a good book. All of us have an end goal. What is Rohit's end goal? End goal can't be to go and play 4 more ODIs for India, because he's way beyond that at the moment. I'm sure his end goal is 27. Question: can he do that? That is not something that any one of us can answer at the moment. Body, fitness, form, all of these things, we will have to wait and see. So the answer to your question is, I'm pretty sure in his subconscious mind, he wants to do 27. If he's able to do this or can do this is not something we can answer right at this point in time. New Zealand, an extra off spinner, I thought Nathan Smith was a wrong call. I thought you were right. I absolutely think you are right. When Matt Henry was not there, Nathan Smith was not even 1/10 of Matt Henry. Had you kind of played another option who could have complemented Glenn Phillips as their fourth spinner, New Zealand could have had a chance. So I thought that was a wrong selection, and you are spot on this one. But coming to Rohit Sharma once again, Gargi, the best part about the man was yesterday. Look at the way he captained the team. 69 or 60, whatever, New Zealand in the first few overs. To get that down to 249 or 250 runs, excellent captaincy, rotation of bowling. Brilliant. 3 ICC tournaments, 1 loss. You have to give the captain the credit. 10 matches in the World Cup, T20 World Cup, this Champions Trophy, close to about what? 10 plus 6 to 22, 23 matches played, you have lost 1 in ICC tournaments. Enormous achievement. Tell me about Rohit Sharma, the captain.
I mean, when you talk about last night's game, first of all, when you look at the first innings, the openers had got, they started to get going, and Rachan Ravindra was looking dangerous at one point until obviously Kuldeep Yadav got that wicket. But when you think of how Rohit Sharma rotated Kuldeep Yadav, Ravindra Jadeja, Varun Chakravarti, and Akshar Patel, that was, I think, the turning point in the match, because if those runs hadn't been dried up in those particular overs, I think it could have looked very, very different for India. I think, and if New Zealand had gotten anything, let's say 20 or 30 more runs, it could have been dangerous. It could have been a steep uphill task for India when it comes to chasing. But I want to go further back as well. When you talk about getting Varun Chakravarti in at the last moment, when you talk about taking 4 spinners in Dubai for the Champions Trophy, when people were saying not nice things about you, there was so much criticism for the way that Rohit Sharma was batting. after that Australia tour. But there was just so much negativity around Rohit Sharma, and I'm sure there was a lot of pressure as well to take all these bold calls, of course, along with Gautam Gambhir and the team management as well, and to execute that perfectly in the matches. I think that takes some serious guts, and the fact that he batted, he's the only, I think, batter in the team that really does not care about his wicket in a different sense. Not that he doesn't put a price on his wicket, but the fact that he's willing to sacrifice his wicket for a good start, for an aggressive start. That's what his role is in the team.
Very good point made by Gargi there. Shomik, the other point about Rohit and Gautam, imagine so much talk ahead of the Champions Trophy about team selection. We all said five spinners. Why five spinners? They should have taken one additional fast bowler. Why not an additional fast bowler? No Bumrah, give more choice. They knew something. They knew something that none of us did. The fact of the matter is the four spinner theory is what won India the Champions Trophy. Kuldeep, Varun, Aksar, and Jadeja. Washington did not get a game, but Washington also offered that variety. So clearly, the management who got it wrong in Australia, and we have all called them out, the management did get it right in Dubai. So when they did get it right, let's give them the credit.
Exactly, and that's exactly what I asked Gautam after the game against Australia, and that prompted that tracer bullet response. I told him, "Now, do you feel vindicated?" He said, "Absolutely, I don't care. Whatever people were saying, absolutely, I don't care." The fact of the matter is that they were ahead. They stayed ahead. Both the team management and the selection committee stayed ahead ahead in the curve, in the sense ahead of the critics. They knew hindsight gives you an advantage, but it's more difficult to preempt. They preempted that those pitches were hosting IL T20 matches, and the pitches would be tired, and there would be a sort of 11 and 12 days gap between the IL T20 and the Champions Trophy. And given the Dubai heat and everything, Dubai's conditions, you can, and in 12 days or 11 days, you cannot relay the pitch. So those pitches will be tired. Those pitches will be slow. The ball will not come onto the bat, and they planned their strategy brilliantly. Also, once Bumrah was ruled out, what they would have done? They could have taken a fast bowler, but clearly they thought, and they said at the press conference, Rohit, that they are not very confident as far as Mohammad Siraj's death overs form. He was not getting the reverse swing, stuff like that. So they were always going to, and then you don't have another seamer to speak of. So what do? You back your strengths, and they exactly did that. They exactly did that. And see how well those four spinners complemented each other. Now, Kuldeep Jadhav, Ravindra Jadeja was a master of middle overs, right? But he was a master of middle overs because Varun or Kuldeep took those wickets up front inside the power play. So that created a scope for Jadeja to go through his overs very quickly and choke the opponents. Now, you see how Kuldeep sort of completely offset Bumrah's absence in the death overs against Pakistan, against New Zealand in the finals. I think between 37th over and 48th over, Kuldeep bowled sort of four overs or 5 overs, and he gave away just 15 runs in the back end, at the back end of the game, when Daryl Mitchell was trying to cut loose. Daryl Mitchell was playing a waiting game, but because of the quality of the bowling, now Akshar came. Akshar's role was principally of a batsman at number 5 and complementing that with his bowling. And he did that brilliantly, occasionally getting those edges. And if you look at the variety, two of the spinners took the ball, their stock deliveries were going away from the right handers. Both were very good at bowling in middle overs. The other two spinners, they had mixed bag. They are difficult to read, and also that they could bowl in the power play and at the death. I haven't ever seen India have given world cricket in the 50 over format a new template, which is this. I mean, going with four spinners in such conditions. Sri Lanka used to do that towards the back end of 1990s or during the turn of the centuries under Arjuna Ranatunga. They had four spinners: Mutaya Muralidharan, Sanat Jayasuriya, Kumara Dharmasena, and Ruan Kalpage or Russell Arnold. But apart from Murali, nobody was of this class that India can boast of. So this is death by strangulation. And once again, India have given world cricket in 50-over format, given specific conditions, a new template.
I agree. I totally agree on this. I totally agree on this. And it was heartening to see that India can win an ICC tournament even without Jasprit Bumrah. Even without Jasprit Bumrah. Several people got real vindication, Gargi. Yes, we are celebrating Rohit Sharma, the player, the batter, the captain. But it is also about the collective that Rohit Sharma leads. Talk about KL Rahul and Hardik Pandya to me. Because these two fellows, again, 2023 World Cup, Rohit Sharma as their captain must have felt let down by what he saw of KL Rahul. Must have felt disappointed with Hardik going out. These two chaps, Hardik the way he batted at the death, KL the way he closed it out, actually stood tall for their captain and delivered when it mattered. Once again, they helped Rohit Sharma celebrate this Champions Trophy. Gargi Rao.
100%. And the innings that KL Rahul played yesterday was a deciding innings. And you really have to give it to him for the way that he was able to soak in that pressure, because from one end you had, a couple of wickets falling in very quick succession. Plus, when you look back on the context of it all, KL Rahul, the amount of hate that he gets, the amount of sheer criticism that he gets from social media. I know that all these cricketers and all these athletes like to say that they have thick skin and that it doesn't affect them, but it does, because I remember before the recent World Cup, there was this one chat that the broadcasters did with the KL Rahul, and KL Rahul was still talking about the 2023 final, and he quite clearly said that I let the team down, and it was my responsibility to take that game till the very end, and I wasn't able to do it. So it's something that has definitely affected KL Rahul. And also think about the context that how many times his position has been changed throughout the past few months. When you think of all of that, when you look at the larger picture, what KL Rahul has been able to do throughout the series, throughout the tournament, and yesterday, especially after what happened in 2023, I think it's a great redemption arc, and it also shows that it's the management is backing the right players. I think that's the point that we miss sometimes. Mute.
In this case, the management has given these guys a longish rope, and they have actually delivered, and they have stood up to kind of the faith that has been reposed on them. They have stood up to that, and that's really good to see as far as Indian cricket is concerned. Shomik Chakraborty, what this Harry Brook thing? Yes, I mean clearly it was made clear by the board that if a player withdraws for any other reason without injury, a player can be stopped from playing in the IPL for a good 2 years. And Harry Brook has not given any other reason, but he wants to recharge his batteries ahead of the next season, ahead of the next England Test series, that is. And Delhi Capitals and IPL and BCCI are well within their rights. So we've got to wait and see exactly what transpires. But BCCI well within its rights to take a call. Let's take that super chat. I'll answer that question once again. Go back to Gargi and Shomik. This is the umpteenth time. Kindly share your views on the accusations of favoritism towards ICC by the English and Pakistani media. The root of all Pakistani cricketing problems appears to be India and ICC. Accusations of favoritism. Let's really decode this. If you want to go and watch Ravichandran Ashwin as part of the Trailblazers conclave. That was an outstandingly candid answer. But my own answer, two parts. One, today morning, a lawyer from Canada sent me a message, a friend of mine, saying, ICC is biased. There was no Pakistani representative. And there was no Pakistani representative in the prize distribution, shows that India is dominating, ICC is biased, etc., etc. Now, whose house was it? Today, Manlo, it is Gargi's house. Now, Shomik and I want to go to Gargi's house. And what we do is we walk into Gargi's house, tell Gargi's parents we want to have chicken curry and rice. And tell Gargi, you go and stand outside your house. Will Gargi do that? Will Gargi do that? Can Gargi and Bai walk into Shomik's house and tell Shomik's wife, hello, you please give us what we want to eat, and Shomik, you will go and stand outside? Is it ever possible? Shomik will just look at us or Gargi will look at us and throw us out. Simple. Pakistan are the hosts of the tournament. If a Pakistani representative does not have the spine to tell the ICC that they want to be there at the prize distribution, it is their tournament. Boss, if you are getting kicked around or pushed, it is as much your problem. And in this whole scenario, where is India? What has India done? It is Pakistan's home tournament. It is written Pakistan 2025. What has India done? Now you will say Jai Shah is an Indian. So when Greg Barclay was a QE, did New Zealand dominate? There are 9, 10, whatever number of votes within the ICC from the test playing nations. Now, if the test playing nations are not going to show spine and stand up for somebody's rights, how is India responsible? Remotely responsible. Coming to unfair advantage. India has played its games in Dubai and that becomes unfair advantage. India played all its games at home during the 2023 World Cup. Did India win? Boss, tosses don't win cricket matches. Pitches don't win cricket matches. Ability does. Talent does. Effort does. The match play does. If it was only about home, how many cricket World Cups has England won between 1975 and 1983? Zero. Did India win 2023? Zero. No. So let us once and for all junk this favoritism, ICC, etc. out of the window. If Pakistan does not have the courage to claim its rightful share by saying our representative will be at the prize distribution, it is Pakistan's problem, not India's. India is not here to spoon feed Pakistan and say, hello, here it is, please have it. It is not India's job. India is not here to babysit Pakistan. Pakistan has to behave like an adult, claim what is its share, do its administrative responsibility and move on. I hope we have got the answer to this question once and for all. Coming back to Rohit Sharma and the story, Shomik Chakraborty, for Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, all these ups and downs, another ICC win. From the T20 to this one, they had a T20, now they've box ticked with a 50 over. What will it mean to the two of them, Shomik?
I mean, I have been maintaining this right from the start of the Champions Trophy that Virat Kohli, as far as Virat Kohli is concerned, he would be one of the first names on the team sheet as regards the 2027 World Cup. Given his fitness, given he is back in the sense yesterday he didn't score runs, but that can happen to anyone. But even going into that game, Virat was India's highest scorer in this tournament with 100 against Pakistan and a sort of match-winning 80 odd in the semi-final against Australia. And all those problems regarding playing spin and stuff like that, all those, it looked like at the nets and during games, those have been taken care of, which you expect from Virat. Because when you are playing a game, when you're playing cricket for about 15 years, sometimes some issues might creep in to anyone's game. And the players are the best persons. A player of that stature is the best person to deal with that. Virat worked with Sanjay Bangar. After going there, he worked with Shritangshu Kotak, and he himself found out what's the problem. Sometimes what happens when you are during a tour, in the middle of a tour, you don't give enough space to make those course corrections. After the tour is ended, that is your best time. That downtime is your best time. So Virat did that. As regards Rohit, I'm not too sure. In the sense, what I know that going ahead, there could be a conversation between Rohit, Gautam Gambhir, and Ajit Agarkar, which is related to his Test future, whether he would be going to England or not, and even if he is going to England, whether that would be as captain. So his Test future would be discussed, and that might have a correlation with his ODI future as well. Because see, the thing is that although India will play sort of 27 ODIs from now on to the next World Cup, this year they have only 6 ODIs to play. So if Rohit simply becomes just one format cricketer, will he hang around just for 6 ODIs for a year? Stuff like that. Those, those, those. I mean, those things need to be looked into. I think Rohit's Test future and ODI future are correlated. What will transpire in that meeting? I don't know when that meeting will happen, but I know some meetings are on the cards, and accordingly, Rohit might take a decision.
I want to make, there's a super chat. There's a super chat, and I want to make my, what is this? Before Jai Shah became ICC president, never heard any Pak journalist or commentator targeting ICC. Now everyone targeting ICC and BCCI. Isn't that natural? AJ, isn't that natural? That now that Jai is president, if you target ICC, you will get some eyeballs, some likes, and whatever. Because Jai is the soft target here, son of India's home minister. So you can say a lot of things, and automatically you will get some kind of social media leverage. So isn't this cheap publicity, stupid stunt natural? Are you surprised? I am not. You are. If you are a sensible person, which you are, you will also not be surprised at this cheap gimmick by Pakistani YouTubers and journalists, because they have no other option when their cricket is in terminal decline. They are a bogus team. They have absolutely no basis of playing top flight, high performance elite cricket, because they don't belong there. Their team is in tatters. Their selection committee is a joke. They have made political interference a regular occurrence. Such kind of people targeting the ICC chairman for what? And are we going to take them seriously? On what basis and why? So no, don't bother about them. I think there's another super chat, Gargi. Take that. This is an important one. Let me address this once and for all. Yeah, this one. Joyanta Shur. Boria, why don't, with due respect, don't you think we should stop speculating when a player should call it a day? If in our workplace people keep speculating, when we will leave, what kind of mind space? Listen, first and foremost, when anyone will retire is a personal call. Is a personal call. People will speculate. That is people. That is how people are. Now you will say Rohit Juglan did, Kushan Sarkar did, X did, Y did. They may have heard from their sources, and we are in, completely democratic, open organization where each one is entrusted with his or her brief. If somebody gets a story, I am not a dictator sitting here to monitor them as school children. None of my colleagues are young people that need to be monitored who have no experience. It is not like that. There is every faith, trust, belief that they are going to do whatever they do, good, bad, right, wrong, with fullest integrity. So if Rohit got a story, my understanding is he got the story and did the story in full earnest and integrity. He got it wrong is a different point altogether. And absolutely he got it wrong, make no mistake. Number two, my standpoint on this is very clear. If Rohit Sharma doesn't deserve a place in the side, it is the job of the selectors to drop him, not Rohit's job to pull out or retire and make way. If today someone comes to me and says, Boria, you stop journalism, I will say, who are you? Who the hell are you to tell me what I will do? If I'm not good enough, my viewers will not listen to me, my readers will not read me. Similarly, if Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli or X or Y, whichever cricketer, doesn't deserve to get picked in the team, it is the job of the selector to drop him or her. Rohit and Virat have every right to put their name up for selection. They want to play. They are not social reformers or doing charity here that they will allow a young player just because he or she is a young player to come forward and play. Whether it is Harmanpreet Kaur, whether it is Rohit Sharma. Simple as that. Retirement is a personal call. Nobody can tell a player when to retire. It is the decision of the player. Yes, people in the media can opinionate that so-and-so doesn't deserve a place in the side. The selection committee has every right to drop a player if he doesn't deserve a place in the side. But when to retire is an entirely personal call that depends on the cricketer. Simple as that. Last few minutes on the show. Boryada, for 27, we need to groom Harshit, Mayank, Arshdeep, bring in NKR, Jaiswal, Rian. Problem with 36 plus players in that form reflex can drop, which we put India in catch 22. Gargi, you want to take that?
Bring in NKR, Jaiswal. But look, you can't. I don't think you can. Even if someone's reflexes go down, they can still be very, very impactful. Look at what Rohit Sharma is doing. His reflexes are not the best, but can you bring in a player who has as much impact as Rohit Sharma does when it comes to leadership, when it comes to technical decisions, and obviously, of course, the way that he batted has been batting throughout the tournament as well. So I don't think age really has anything to do with that. But also at the same time, you're absolutely right when you say that you have to groom these players, especially when it comes to fast bowlers. I think you saw what happened when there wasn't a Jasprit Bumrah in the team anymore. You had to bring in a Mohammad Shami. So when you look at that, when you look at the fast bowling arsenal, of course you have a lot of potential there. But are they, are they anywhere close to a Jasprit Bumrah? No, which is obviously the natural answer. So you have the potential. It's all about grooming, and you're right. For 27 World Cup, Harshit, Mayank, Arshdeep, NKR, Jaiswal, all of these are really, really good names.
When will Team India leave from Dubai? They are leaving in batches. Rohit Sharma is already on the flight, so they are coming in batches. Arvind, how can Jai Shah can only be with Rohit? What? And Indian players, he should have gone to New Zealand. Will you tell who he will go to? Who Jai Shah will go and speak to? You will tell him. Do you even know whether he is going in his capacity as ICC chairman? Has he done any dereliction of duty in his capacity as ICC chairman? No, right? He hasn't. So why are you talking nonsense? Don't. Who Jai Shah will meet and congratulate. And by the way, do you even know whether he has congratulated the New Zealand players or not? You are seeing some photographs which are doing the rounds in the public domain. Some pictures that you have seen with Rohit Sharma and with some of the players. The little videos which again have been cut by these people on social media. They don't have the right to do so. It belongs to the host broadcaster. All these people who are posting these videos on social media, you don't even have the right to do so. Do you have access to the full footage? You don't. Do you know if Jai Shah has gone and spoken to them? You don't. Do you know if he has gone and spoken to the New Zealand cricketers? No, you don't. So what are you talking about here? What are you talking about that Jai Shah should have done this, Jai Shah should have done this? No, he's not ICC chairman or BCCI. It has nothing to do with ICC chairman or BCCI. Do you even know? Do you even know, Arvind? Do you even know? Some days back, you started posting a comment here. Delhi Capitals has announced their captain, and it is KL Rahul. Why do you guys talk nonsense? It can indeed be KL Rahul. Did Delhi Capitals announce their captain that day, some 10 days back? I hope you remember. And you kept badgering Shomik, me, and Gargi. We were three doing the show that day. Why? Why? What is the point? What Jai Shah will do is Jai Shah's decision. He's the chairman of the ICC. Has he done any dereliction of duty? No. The tournament went brilliantly. In terms of organizational thing, it went absolutely spot on. No hitch, nothing. Give credit. ICC pulled it off. India-Australia semi-final, India-New Zealand final, chock-a-block stadium. India-Pakistan, India has won. They are laughing their way to the bank. That's it. Job done. No controversy. Okay, 33. Final couple of minutes. Gill again missed the chance to be in the highlight. I do think Shomik Gill did miss an opportunity. Your thoughts?
No, yesterday I was cutting some slack. That catch was out of this world.
Yeah, I agree. Shomik, one point before you say, we should bring a new law, and Glenn Phillips has to be, examined by a real body of sports scientists and some people, that this guy is an extraterrestrial being. Can he play a sport that is played by humans? I don't think he deserves to.
Absolutely. Every time I see him, I wish Andre Onana at Manchester United, as Manchester United goalkeeper, had that agility, had that athleticism. Every time I see him, I feel that way.
I mean, and the most irritating part is after he takes he sits and starts to smile. Imagine if you were Shubman Gill, then you would want to take the bat and go and break out his head, boss. What are you doing? Why are you smiling at me?
And the thing is that's the way with the entire New Zealand team. You cannot get angry at them, even when they are giving you a 3-0 whitewash. You cannot be angry with them. You cannot hate them. They're such a lovable team. They're such a dignified team on the field. I mean, against Australia, you can't have your grudges the way they celebrated. I still remember at the Wankhede after completing that 3-0 whitewash, no celebration, nothing, no jumping around, nothing. They just shook hands and slipped into the dressing room. How do you hate that team? When Glenn Phillips plucks catches out of thin air and and I mean sort of reacts to that with a sheepish smile, what do you have to do? What you have nothing else to do except standing up or and applauding him. So that's the thing with the entire New Zealand team. They basically they basically dismantle their opposition with dignity, charm, and class.
So basically, he's saying they are silent assassins who will smile and kill you, and you will only have nothing to say but to give them a polite, dignified nod saying, "Thank you for killing me." Shomik, that is why, किसी ने तुम्हारा सर्वनाश नहीं कर पाएगा. चलो. Gargi, some sample is saying super chat. What is this super chat? यार मेरे को दिखाओ. कौन सा super chat मिस किया हमने? Why I'm Kapil want to what? I'm Kapil and want to at RevSportz.
Work at RevSportz.
He wants
Boss.
a job.
Yeah, but if you want a job, you are paying us money here. Unbelievable. This is a new way to get a job. You write to Gargi and sort it out. But ऐसे job नहीं होता. On a serious note, ऐसे job नहीं होता है. And we at RevSportz at this point in time, we are not hiring. Every day we get about 70, 80 applications now. After the conclave, it has grown in the last couple of days. I've got phone yesterday, Gargi saw. The phone wasn't stopping ringing and the buzz doesn't stop. Every second there is a message that is coming. But it is only up to a point that you can expand the company at this point. We are close to 50. So we are not going to hire more people now. We will. When we move to our 24/7 studio setup end of this year, state-of-the-art studio in Calcutta, that is when we will do our next round of hiring. We are hiring a couple of people, but that's from within the fraternity that we know. So yes, be on the lookout. Whenever we hire next, we will put out information in the public domain. That will be towards the second half of the year when we move to our state-of-the-art studio. That's when the next hiring lot will start. Those who are saying, okay, Gargi, I'll close with you. Those who are saying, यार कितना क्वेश्चन है यार, बार बार इधर उधर चला जाता है, कुछ पढ़ नहीं पाऊंगा. हाँ, ये क्या है? No batters other teams would love to play on a wicket. It is not. Gargi, give Saurav Ganguly's answer and close the show. Saurav Ganguly answered this quite well.
Those who are saying advantage in playing Dubai, no batters of other teams would love to play on a wicket in Dubai. Exactly. Saurav Ganguly said, and he said very rightly, that if India was in Pakistan, India would have made 350 runs every single match. So, as simple as that.
Yeah, and he also added that all of the top 4-5 batters, they would have relished the opportunities to score 100 after another. That is how good the Indian batting unit is. But Saurav Ganguly, was he available between 10 and 5 today? I need to call him and ask him. Did he keep his promise and be available to the media between 10 and 5 like he had said, Shomik Chakraborty? Shomik wrote to me at 12, should I call him? Will he be available? I said, check. Why are you asking me? You check. But that was in the morning. But folks, on the conclave, tomorrow we will do a celebration of the conclave. Every possible athlete tweeting it. Every federation who were here, people, administrators talking about it. All of us at RevSportz, trust me, this has been the best sports summit ever. That's how good it was. From tomorrow, watch the conclave sessions as Trisha and her team start to edit them. From Thursday and Saturday, we launch our podcast series, a new podcast series, multiple series. You will keep an eye on that. On Thursday, we will air the first episode of the second season of Grounded with Gargi Raut. We are launching a series, Tales with Trisha. And of course, Backstage with Boria will be back very, very soon. So the content at RevSportz gets richer and richer and richer. And as far as the conclave is concerned, India's #1 sports conclave. We will keep updating you on every sport, whether it is Mohun Bagan, whether it is India, whether it is IPL, whether it is Paralympics, whether it is the Grand Prix. Gargi has gone back. Gargi has reached Delhi today, so she will go and cover it possibly tomorrow or day after. Every sport, every coverage on RevSportz, folks. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Gargi Rao, Shomik Chakraborty, always a pleasure.